Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome to a brand new camp. Today we are using the new Wildwood Cabin that has been added to the Atomic Shop this week. It is very, very nice. I like it quite a lot. So we get to take a little tour around this place. So let's jump in. Hey, so yeah, the Wildwood Cabin has been added to the Atomic Shop this week, and it's part of a larger bundle, but I've just picked the prefab up as I don't see myself using the rest of it. For this one, my original plan was to do it as a build, but there's very, very little building actually in this one, most of it's decoration. On the other hand, a few of you have said you wanted to see sort of how I go about decorating a place, and I do have all the decoration for this one, so rather than using the last camp, which I will link to if you want to check it out, I'm going to do a video later in the week on how I decorated this one. It'll be a bit different, a bit odd, but if you want to see how I went about it, do keep an eye out for that one. But for now, let's jump in and take a look at the map, see where we are for this one. So, there we go. We are right over on the western side of the map, next to the river there. We're actually on the western side of the road, on the river side there. It's a little deceptive from the position. We've got Camden Park down there, Nuka-Cola plant up here. Charleston's just across the way, and if we swing on a little further north, we can see Vault 76. So, right on the corner of Charleston, the forest, the ash heap, between the two major locations there on the left. So, let's have a little look around. As I say, dead simple little build, this one. I really like how it's come out, though. It's really nice for sort of decoration and dressing up, this particular one. You can put 3 of those Wildwood cabins in if you like, but I felt for this it was just better off using the one. I can imagine it'd be a bit overbearing if you use too many of them. But one provides just about enough room for everything you need, and you can add a little bit of extra set dressing around the outside, as we've done here. So you've got a little farm on the left there. I've added a few bits outside that sort of dress up the main structure and make it look a little bit more interesting. See around on the right here, we've got a little bit of a bathroom facility, such as it is. A few bits of stuff just dumped around to kind of dress it up and make sure the sides aren't quite so blank. A little market out front there, just a table with a cash register and a few bits of set dressing as well. And there's enough room inside, but not huge amounts, so hence why the punch card machine is out front here. So let's head on in. We have a nice cozy little space in here. It's a good size, this. You can fit most things you might want in here. Squeezing a power armor station in could be done, but you'd lose some of the coziness doing that. And I also don't have the... I've got the brewing station, but I don't have the other part of that, the fermenting station, in here either, because I don't really use it, so I've saved on the space. But with a bit of arrangement, we've managed to fit everything else in. I do like a lot of the time to try and pull things off the wall, but because of the size of the space, it works better, I think, to have them sort of spread around the edges here, and you can move around a bit more easily. Well, we've got a nice little cosy place, a few bits and pieces added around just to dress it up as well. As I said in the last video, actually, this Vault-Tec Bed is actually about the same size as a single bed, even though it appears to be a double, so it actually fits in quite nicely, which is always good, and it's got a few bed covers on it, which most of the beds don't, so it's nice to have that in there as well. So a few little bits of plants and the odd display here and there just to add a little bit of flavour to it. Magazine rack in the corner. Just a few bits to make the walls a bit more interesting. Obviously, front and back walls are easy enough to decorate, but the sides not quite so much with the curve on them, so be a bit careful about what you pick there. A few little bits out here. I used a few of the window boards from the Halloween set just to mix up the textures on the outside a little bit. Didn't want to overdo it on the sides, but out on the front it works okay. So just taking a little look at our garden plot here. I've used the farmable dirt tiles that we pick up as part of Wastelanders here. Gone with the concrete ones just because it felt like the right thing to do on this occasion. But for these, it went in reasonably well. We've got plenty of crops here, probably more than I need, but I wanted to dress it up a little bit, so I added a few bits and pieces in here as well, the Brotherhood statue and so on. You can see sort of hiding amongst the mute fruit here is where we've got our shelter entrance. So this is just the utility room shelter entrance, so I've just pulled out that foundation that it's sort of clipping through there, and then put the hatch in where I wanted it, and then you can sort of select it and hold the select button. You can lift it up a little bit, so I'll raise it up so it's just showing through the dirt there, and then the foundation just snaps straight back through it with no problem at all. The fences, on the other hand, were a little bit more of a faff to get right. They want to snap kind of the wrong way round in a few cases, particularly the gate, so it would open inwards, which is fine, but it would then clip through the ground, so What I did to fix that was basically put the fences in as they wanted to snap, and then took the foundation out behind the gate and flipped it afterwards, and then dropped the foundation back in. It meant it opened outwards. You might need to do that a little bit and rearrange some of the other fences just to make them look a little better, because they snap together in a bit of an odd fashion and sort of have missing vertical posts in some places, so they're a bit odd, but with a little bit of dressing you can hide that as well. So I do like how this has come out. I went for the solar panels to power this place, as I didn't want to have anything that was too overbearing, so those do that quite nicely. Got a little Vault-Tec water purifier down there that's serving quite nicely. Because we don't actually need a lot of power for this one. I haven't got a decon arch in here, which is usually the power hog for my builds, so that'll be down in the shelter if I really need one. Let's head back on inside. We have a nice cosy little place. So I've just got the cage bulb lights that you pick up from daily ops hanging down the centre of the ceiling there, with a couple of lanterns there just to fill in some of the darker corners, particularly around the sort of bed and the seating area here. I haven't put any extras around the crafting benches, as there's just about enough light there anyway, and it's not really the bit I wanted to draw the eye to anyway. So a couple of pumpkins, because, you know, it's Fallout. I do love that Blue Ridge Caravan flag. I would like a Brotherhood of Steel version of it, and maybe some more wall flags for other factions as well, but for now, that one is one I worked hard to get, so quite happy to have that one up on display. Take a little look at the lighting there. A nice little display there, and got Graham hanging out on the sofa in the corner there. Little plushie on the bed. With the shelf over the bed there, I thought about putting plushies on it, which is what I did last time, and I've seen a few people do it, but I wanted to go differently this time, so I've got a couple of steins and a couple of ships in bottles as well on there, just to make it look a little bit better. It looks cool, I like. And got to have a mannequin in there as well. Went with the Imposter Sheep Squatch outfit for a change this time, rather than using the diving set, which I usually use, which is a Steel Dawn edition diving set they usually use. Obviously the Imposter Sheep Squatch has been around a while. So yeah, got a few little bits of stash boxes and plants and stuff just to dress up those little objects around the front and make it look a little bit more complete, rather than having them just sort of sat there. There's our little toilet facilities. So just drop the vending machine and the toilet in there, and a couple of brambles just to dress it up so it doesn't stick out quite so much. It kind of blends into the rest of the environment a bit more. The obligatory symptomatic. And I actually added this little section here just after the daytime tour while I was waiting for it to go dark. So we've got a Nuka-Cola collector on there that is just a tiny smidge back from the foundation, so he won't go anywhere. And he also won't teleport up onto the top either, so it works quite well. And a very simple little power armor station on the back, as I needed to fit one in somewhere. So just a few stash boxes there to dress that up, a couple of lights, just the one foundation there. Just about fits in. And we can take a little swing around the garden area. So the slope of the land here is a bit much, but it kind of works. We can live with that. It's worth finding a very, very flat bit of ground to put that cabin in, as yeah, it's a bit awkward on less level ground, by the way, so pro tip there. But there we go, one tiny little cosy player home using the Wildwood Cabin, which I'm really quite fond of. I do like this prefab. So I do hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, please do consider dropping subs and likes on me. I do very, very much appreciate it. Social media links, merch store, channel memberships, all available down below the video if you want to support the channel in that way. It very much helps us. Massive thanks to everyone who's done that already. And do join us for live streams as well if you get a chance. We are, of course, playing Fallout 76 and continuing with The Witcher as well. And as I say, keep an eye out for the video later in the week that we'll go through the decoration on that one. It should be an interesting one. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.